At the end of last week's Parsha Noach, the Torah tells us, but Terach was 70 years old. He had 3 sons, Avram, Nocher, and Haran. And then the Torah says, Vayomas Haran al pnei Terach aviv. Haran died in front of his father, during the lifetime of his father, something which is unusual. Where did he pass away? Says the Torah, Be'eretz Meladeto, in the place of his birth, Be'ur Kasdim, in the place called Ur Kasdim. Then Terach marries off his 2 sons. Avram, he takes a wife, Sarah. To Nocher, he takes Milcah. And Sarah is barren. Finally, he says, Terach left Ur Kasdim, Vayetzu ito mir Kasdim. He took his children, his family, left Ur Kasdim, and went all the way to Haran. Seems to be just like a footnote. Not one of the most important events in the history of mankind. But let's see if that is so. What happened there really? What happened? What was the story that Haran passed away? What happened in Ur Kasdim? What was the story with Avraham till he left? Until we're finding out more about Avraham. So let me just share with you a few little facts. Avraham, as of the age of 3, became a revolutionary. He rejected the idol worshipping which was common at that time. In fact, his own father was a craftsman. He would make those idols, sell them, made a living out of those idols. And Avraham Avinu rejected this whole concept of believing in idols. He couldn't accept man-made busts that these are gods. And he rebelled. So much so, there's a story, it's told in the Medrash, that at one point Terach had to leave his shop and entrusted his son Avraham to run the business. A lady came in and offered some flour as an offering to these idols. After she left, Avraham Avinu decided to decapitate all these idols, and put in the axe into the tallest, biggest idol, and just walked off. When the father came back, he realized what happened over here. He came to his son, "What's this all about? I entrusted you to the shop. What happened?" Says, "Oh, what happened was the lady came and offered the flour, so there's a fight that broke out amongst those gods, to whom the flour belongs. And they, look, the biggest god has the axe." Terach flew in a fury, says, "You want me to believe that this idol that I formed that can't move had a fight?" Avram looks at his father and says, "Daddy, if they can't even have a fight, what kind of God are these?" When Nimrod, the king, the most powerful king at the time, found out about Avram Avinu's revolution, where he's teaching people in rejecting those idols and starting to the belief of a one God, a monotheistic belief, he called them in. And he summoned him and he said, "I want you to bow to the God of fire that I believe in." And Avram said, "Why fire? Wouldn't it be more appropriate to bow for water that extinguishes the fire?" Okay, bow to the water. But wouldn't it be more appropriate to bow to the clouds from where the water comes? Okay, bow to the clouds. Wouldn't it be more appropriate to bow to the wind that dispels, that blows away the clouds? Yes, so do that. So Avram Avinu was kind of leading the conversation that ultimately have to realize that someone created all these things, and to him alone you have to bow. Upon which Nimrod threw him in the furnace and says, "Let's see if your God will save you for my God, fire. And indeed, Avraham Avinu was walking around in this burning furnace very comfortably. Haran, the younger brother, was sitting on a fence. And he saw what happening. When he saw that Avraham Avinu is safe, he also professed belief in God, but unfortunately he was consumed. The reason? Because he didn't believe. He just followed. He saw that Avraham is not getting burned. There is no problem. All this happened in Ur Kasdim. All this happened with Terach, Avraham, for 70 years, 75 years. And all we know is the beginning of the Parsha of this week. Lech lecha, God is testing Avraham Avinu. Leave your place. He was 75 years old. He already revolutionized the whole world. Why is there no mention of all this? Friends, if God forbid we're not in with Moshiach and with Avraham in the Beis HaMikdash by tomorrow, we'll continue that conversation.